Alright guys, here we are, the Model YA. Couple of weeks of ownership now I own. The Model 3 for a lot longer, so this is my first experience of actually owning. The Model Ys, if you don't know, Tesla was offering a substantial just if you passed it up. If you knew you qualify, you were crazy. The 0.99% for 72 months. It is now 1.9 at the recording this video for 72 months, and folks, let me tell you, that's still a great deal. I see some people saying, oh man, I missed it, I wish I had a got in, but folks, you still got a heck of a deal if you took that. 1.99 being well qualified in itself, folks, is something you should be proud of. That means you're taking care of your credit and your finances, and companies see you that way so you can buy what you want ultimately. So for me, being able to grab this car at 72 months at 0.99, it was a freebie. Most of the people I talked to in car sales, my neighbor sells cars, he was like, dude, don't put any money down and get that deal. And I was like, I already did. So yeah, this is kind of a freebie to a lot of people who know about when you're doing cars with these interest rates, but nonetheless, this is what that video is about. So hopefully you got that deal. If you didn't take the 1.99 or take the 60 months at 0.99, it's still a good deal. Folks, trust me, but I have this car now for 2 weeks recording this video, and I'm loving the Model Y. I didn't know how I was gonna feel about it at first, because it is a bigger, it's a crossover, like SUV type car, but there are a few things that I don't like, but it's solved by Tesla, I guess. So let me start with that one dislike. The one dislike is the RAR mirror, the view that you have out of the back window. It is super small, and it's solved by just turning on the camera. So if you get in here, let's see here. So if you look at this view here, that view through the back of that window is not a lot, folks. It is not a lot, but it's solved by turning on the camera. That's what you can do if you just don't like that view. And I see a lot of people driving like this. I personally cannot drive like this. That's just me. I don't like to drive with the camera on. It's not something I'm used to. I do it from time to time if I'm in a situation, but I definitely do not drive with a car like that. So that's probably the only dislike I have so far. I think that's probably it. Now, one thing I did notice that I didn't notice when I first picked up the car was this has Pellis. This has Pellis on here, man. Ply Scorpions, man, 255/45/19. These have Pellis on it, so I was like, yo, thank you Tesla for the Pellis. I got to check out my Model 3 that's in the garage. I got to see what tires are on that one, but it's a 2023 Model 3, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't have Pellis. But I was like, yo, thanks Tesla for the Pellis, like thank you for the Pellis. So other than that, folks, 2 weeks, about 650 miles, I think so far. Yes, I have been driving this car, man. I mean, for me too, 650 miles in 2 weeks is a lot. I'm probably going to average, if I keep going at the rate I'm going to have minimum 1,000 miles a month, because I got this car to drive, man. I like cruising in this car. Maybe later on or something like that, after the car gets 40,000-50,000 miles on it, I'll start to do like wheels and tires, like, like 24s or 22s or whatever, what I'm saying. Maybe I'll think about doing that, but for now, this is just my great deal. Now I do have a hardware 4 on the cameras, so that's pretty nice. You can tell that, I guess, by looking at the little red dot right there, and there's a red dot on all of them. It's not just about having hardware, for it's about the quality in those cameras, like when you're driving at night. It is really, really nice. Now, one thing I might do to this car, cause I really don't plan on getting bigger wheels until later on, but I'm going to talk about range in this video as well. I don't plan on getting bigger wheels or anything, but I think I might do a 1-inch drop on this car, and it's super easy. You just get the links and you jack it up yourself and do it yourself. Super easy to do. I might do that. I'm not sure, but I actually do want to customize this car With new wheels, I'm just not ready to do that yet. I'm ready to just keep enjoying it as is. I think I've added a lot of stuff to the cars, like interior, like storage and mats and just little trinkets and stuff here and there. You know, the tint obviously makes it look better. The wheel covers make it look better. But overall this car needs nothing. In my humble opinion, it needs absolutely nothing. I like the rear end on this car. I'm glad I got the dual motor. I'm glad I didn't skimp on it, and I'm glad I got the all-wheel drive dual motor because I have in fact put the boost on it, accelerator boost, and I'm so glad I did. I'm glad I did, man. This thing is quick, really quick. I can shoot up to 100 like nothing, and the great thing about having a Tesla is that when you're in traffic, you don't have to worry about a person trying to not let you in. Like, if you want to move around and you want to go, you're going to go. You're going to get in there, and you're going to they can't stop you. And I find that a lot of people with this car like when they see this car, I see a lot of people tailgating me. I see a lot of people not want to let me in, or they cut me off a lot, and I think it's just a hate for an electric vehicle, and that's cool. You don't like electric vehicles, that's cool. Do your thing, but you don't have to be a jerk on the road. That's the way I feel about it. So let's talk about range after 2 weeks. Now what I did was Tesla gave me this car at like 91% when I picked it up. So what I did was I took it and charged it to a 100. Now the estimated EPA, here's where Tesla differs from Chevy and what I've noticed, because I put out a video on the EV Equinox, folks. I have driven the Blazer, the L. I've test driven a lot of EVs. Even though I don't put a video out on it, I have definitely driven a lot of these cars, and let me say this. I don't think people buy Teslas for interior and exterior looks. I think they buy Tesla for reliability and, the comfort of the drive and the charging network. Some people say the charging network is going to be opened up to everybody soon. Well, that hasn't officially gone through yet. Where I live at it is only Tesla chargers, and there's very few here that allow other cars to charge on it. I mean, you have to go and find them. So what I did was I compare the range on this car next to, let's say, a Blazer EV, and what I've noticed is Chevy's estimated range is more true to